Hey, everybody, how are you? My name is Shemaine, and I have some great news. A couple of weeks ago, you all know that there was a hurricane that hit Southwest Florida. And about last week or the week before, I had recommended that if it was within your sphere of capacity, that you could send some gift cards to some of my friends in the Naples, Florida area where it was hit very hard and they were almost not expecting it. I mean, they knew that the hurricane was coming towards Southwest Florida, but everybody thought it was going to go a little bit north towards Tampa. So you responded, and I'm so grateful that you have. And I want to list a couple of names, and uh, I've got so many thank yous for from my friends for you, because you guys stepped up and you just had faith in me. Like I saw some of the comments here. People were saying, "Oh well, what if how do we know where the money's going and where the gift cards are going?" I just got off the phone doing a Zoom call, and uh, we did a podcast with Pastor Anthony Thomas of Naples, Florida, and he and some of my other friends, Danielle Russo Slew and her husband Mark, have been boots on the ground, helping people. Patrick Dearborn, Alfie Oakes, helping people in the Naples, Florida area that have just lost everything and they have been devastated. And I mentioned to you that what they need, look around you. What is it that you use on a daily basis? And if it was all gone, what do you need? And it's things like that they can only get from big box stores. So you stepped up, you sent gift cards, and I want to give a shout out to some people. I might need to put my glasses on. So thank you so much, guys, for stepping up and sending gift cards. So Joe Latoria from Carroll Stream, Illinois, Renee Miller Spider from Wyandotte, Michigan, Spider, I think it Spiter, Jody George from Marmora, New Jersey, Tina Baroni from Michigan. Thank you guys so much. Danielle is getting some thank you cards. She sent me a picture and she's got handwritten thank you cards to you on the way. Thank you so much, because it's, if whatever you have, $5 or $10, $20, whatever you had, you stepped up, you sent it. And I'm sure there are a lot more that are coming. So thank you. Thank you. The title of this particular podcast that I'm doing right now is It's Alive. It's going to be really quick, but I wanted to talk about hitting the mark, because that's the podcast that I just did with Pastor Anthony. It's coming out next week. And, all of us, this is archery season. And a lot of us don't always hit the mark and we fall short every day, every day, every day. And what Pastor Anthony and I are talking about is that, when you draw an arrow, for those of us who are archers and we do have a bow and arrows, we hope and we pray that we practice and we pick up our bows, and we don't always hit the mark. We oftentimes fall short. But if you look at, this is what Pastor Anthony said, if you look at that bow as your sphere of influence, and each one of us has it, no matter where you are, no matter what you do, you encounter people on a daily basis. You talk to people like this, or you talk to people going to the grocery store, you encounter people and you have the opportunity to share hope and help with other people. And that could be your sphere of influence. You don't have to be somebody who's got, like my husband, millions of followers. Or if you don't already listen to Bard's FM podcast, 33, maybe 34 million followers at this point. It's incredible. A lot of people like me are I'm not even on that sphere. However, we all can do our part in encouraging people in their walks. And now more than ever, guys, we need to step up and we need to let our voices be heard, because we're days away from voting. We're days away from this midterm election. I don't think it's ever been more important than what it is right now. And we've all got to have prayers up, dive into our Bibles, and really continue to have eyes to see and ears to hear and participate in this voting opportunity that we all have. Show up on election day. And if you haven't already, if you're not able to show up on election day, apply for an absentee ballot. It's much different than mail-in voting. Absentee ballot, night and day difference. All right, I'm going to say hello. Thank you, Kent Crawford, for being here. Hey, Darren from Port Huron, Michigan. Hey, Dawn from Fort Payne. Hey, Michael Anthony, WildlyWell21. Yes, wildlywell21@gmail.com. If you're interested in finding out more about the superfood nutrition that Ted and I take on a daily basis that you need. We all need these days. If you've ever had a couple of days where you just haven't been feeling yourself and you need a little bit of energy, this is what we take every day. And then if you want a good night's sleep, there's a sleep spray that's like lights out, but they have collagen for hair that I take on a day. In fact, I haven't taken it in a couple days and I need to take it. Sometimes, you get into a routine and you forget. So that's on my list of things to do as soon as I get done with this. But email me at wildlywell21@gmail.com if this is only for people who want more information on the superfood nutrition that Ted and I take every day. If you guys want to listen to my podcast, you can catch it on Apple Podcasts, iTunes, or wherever you get your podcast. There's another platform called Podbean, Podbean, and I'm on every Tuesday and Thursday, twice a week with a brand new show. And I interviewed today, I think it's out today, with Charles Martin, best-selling author Charles Martin, my new favorite author, and he happens to be a bow hunter. Are you kidding me? It's just amazing. And then Thursday, I'm interviewing Ted. I already did. But Thursday, that interview will launch about spirituality and archery. And then next week, Pastor Anthony with more archery and politics and spirituality. And he talks about faith and our sphere of influence and how everybody watching this, everybody has a huge sphere of influence and you might not know it. And how each arrow in our quiver, as we are drawing our bows, we have the opportunity to hit the mark, and we don't always do that. Each one of us falls short and often, and we can all do better. And that's why we ask for God's grace and God's blessing. All right, guys, thank you again so much for being here. Don't forget, check out my podcast, and I'm sure you will like it. I would love it if you could rate it and give it a review, because that way more people can find us and hopefully learn about spirituality and find more help and hope and grace in their life. All right, guys, I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye.